Good morning. God bless you all. Like and subscribe. Let's get straight down to it. Unfortunately, if you live in a country where the media is privately owned, you should get your news from other sources. Why? Because it costs a lot of money to own a news station. And people buy news stations for the purpose of brainwashing. And I don't mean, let's understand something. Brainwashing is not holding a clock and swinging it in front of your eyes. It's not just hypnotizing you. Brainwashing can be done by feeding you false information. False narratives can cause brainwashing. Normally, when people think about being hypnotized, they think like, oh, I'm going to hypnotize this guy and he's going to bark like a dog. No, brainwashing can be as simple as feeding a woman false information and she becomes a feminist and believes that she is physically as strong as a man. Or it can be taking a child at an early age where that child has not reached puberty and teaching that child that homosexuality is natural. That is another form of brainwashing. And that is really the easiest form of brainwashing because a person can get gratification through unnatural sex acts. So if a person can get gratification through unnatural sex acts, then you can teach them that this is normal. But it's not normal, and it does not exist within the realms of nature because nature has a purpose. Nature does not do anything haphazardly, nor would nature put you in a situation in which you can catch venereal diseases. But if you listen to the media, it distorts reality. And this can lead to brainwashing. This is why it is important that when you listen to the news, you must ask yourself, who owns this? Who owns this? What is their goal in providing me this information? Now, here's an example of what I'm talking about. Fox News went to court for the right to lie to the American public. And Rupert Murdoch, he lost the case over and over again until he finally found a judge that would allow him to lie to the American public. And he did this by saying that certain people were entertainment only. They weren't the news. And if you believe these people, then you were stupid. That's what the lawyers ordered. That's what the lawyers argued in court, that nobody would believe these people. I can't think of the name of one of the of one of their broadcasters who they fired. And they and they said in court that if you listen to this man, you are a fool, and that he is not Tucker Carlson. They argued in court that anyone who believed Tucker Carlson was a fool, and he should not be believed. That's what Fox News argued in court. But they put him on TV, and he acts as if, and he talks to people as if he's telling the truth. This is why I argue that you should not listen to the news media in your country, especially if it is privately owned. I will listen to the public news station, but even then, NPR, National Public Radio. I will listen to them, but even then, you have to understand that they are being financed by the government. And if they want to keep the funds coming in, they're going to have to bend to some of the whims of politicians, or they will totally defund them. That's why I like to listen to the British Broadcasting System, WION, numerous other stations that do not have a dog in the fight. And what I mean by a dog in the fight, they have nothing to gain by telling the truth, nothing to lose by telling the truth. Media outlets that have nothing to lose by telling the truth have no reason not to tell the truth. Publicly funded media organizations are going to tell the truth. I'll listen to the news media in India. I'll listen to some of it in Britain. You have to decide for yourself. But you have to understand one thing, and that is that facts add up. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. I was listening to an article, a news media about what was going on in France. And they said that the French people were, of course, rioting because a young 17-year-old black man was murdered by the police. And France has a history of police brutality. And this is why they are rioting. But if you listen to the wrong news stations, they would say that France is rioting because of immigrants in the country, and that's false. And I listened to another station said that the rioters were being confronted by people in France who were singing the French national anthem. Now, it's evident that the people that were confronting or attacking the rioters were definitely funded by the rich people, or they could be some right-wing militia group. But regardless, when they said that when they called these people patriots and said that they were singing the national anthem, now that's BS. What does singing the national anthem have to do with anything? And the simple fact of the matter is, France has a police force to handle that. So what I'm trying to say is that when you listen, if you want to know what's going on in America, you're going to have to listen to a foreign news station that does not have a dog in the fight, that has nothing to lose or gain by telling the truth. That's the reality of the situation. That's the reality of the situation. And we know this for a fact because in America, if a person is injured a victim, and the news media wants the assailant to get away, like in rape cases, the first thing they do is attack the character of the victim or the woman being raped. You see, you have to be, come on now, you got to be smart. You got to be on the game that they play in this country. You have to be on the game. You have to be aware because the media in the United States, the newspaper, all of them are giving you half truth, and they will tell you. And once you, and even when you realize that they're lying, they're still going to push that narrative because not everyone is aware of the fact that they are lying. Racism. Racism was created by the media. The media created racism. The first movie ever made, Birth of a Nation, was a lie, and they sent it all over the world. And imagine if you've never seen a movie before, and then you walk into this theater, and there are these bigger than life people on the screen portraying lies. Now you don't know if this is a lie or not. You don't even know if the person is in blackface or not because you've never even seen black people. And the media in the United States, and if you go back and you look at newspaper articles from the United States, you will see the media promoting racism. And then you wonder why you're a racist. Because you've been fed racism. They feed us racism. They feed us feminism. They feed us homosexuality. They feed us war. They had, as a kid, you go to school, you say pledge allegiance, then you sing the national anthem. And the word America meant morality, it meant virtue. And I was told that America was going into South America and taking out dictators, when in reality, America was going into South America and killing democratically elected officials, politicians, by the public so that they could run that country. And if you look at, and I'm going to tell you right now, what's going on in Honduras, what's going on in Honduras is a crime because they have a, they have made some type of law where corporations run cities, and the rights of people is second to the corporations. And they're even filing a lawsuit so that the corporations in the Honduras, the American corporation in the Honduras can put people in slavery. They have laws that will allow them to put people in slavery. But are you going to hear about that here? No, you are not going to hear about what's going on, what United States corporations are doing all over the world, listening to the media that they own, talking about the companies that they own stock in. I mean, we got to wake up, people. Got to wake up. Like and subscribe, and talk to you later. God bless.